Es un hombre extraordinario.
Me impresiona mucho.
Pues ¿sabes qué? Yo creo que no es tanto el físico, es más bien la personalidad que tiene y todo lo que proyecta.
Ya me lo imagino con su smoking blanco, un martini en una mano y un costoso habano en la otra.
Provocativo. Atractivo.
A new stereophonic sound spectacular.
Hello there, and welcome to the exciting world of HIP. This is a new departure in language instruction for English-speaking people who want to talk to and be understood by jazz musicians, hipsters, beatniks, juvenile delinquents, and the criminal fringe.
Bonjour madame, bonjour monsieur. Nous allons, grâce à ce disque créé spécialement pour vous, essayer de tirer ensemble le maximum de qualité sonore de votre chaîne haute fidélité.
Sit back, relax, and close your eyes.
Hey, ma gang de Mongols, amazing and beautiful people. Am I pitching now? Are we live on the Dare Real Agile podcast? This Friday, April the 19th, impromptu, unscripted. As you could see, I don't have any more studio for the sound passionate out there. Apologize. There's no more buffer. There's no more anything. You see, I'm moving, so I'm packing. And I didn't have time. So anyways, it's just like that, just like me, agile, Scrum way, all the way, boom, like this. I have time before and in between meeting right now, working with great client today. And I said to myself, I cannot skip that day of the Bitcoin halving. In my case, it's going to be the fourth one that I will experience. Because I'm in the Bitcoin movement since the beginning, as I was Agile before the Agile Manifesto, by the way, doing great Scrum, real Scrum. So I'm your coach AF here. So no Shipley, no blah, blah. If you need more information, you could go in the description of this live cast, which is, especially if you are watching on Rumble and YouTube, you could have all the information, how to reach me, how to contact me for a free discovery coaching in what? Entrepreneurship, business agility, Scrum, Eclipse, Agile. Fuck off, you're Agile. It's an adjective anyway in the dictionary of many languages. But today it's all about, this is my cold storage, my gang. I've got like 5 wallets, one for training. And yes, the trainee, especially those I did coach to open, and I coach mostly freely on an exchange of a couple of Satoshi when they're happy. So since 2016, even 2013, I did help people with the Bitcoin.org, the real McCoy, the source of the real blockchain project evolutive standard, and the Bitcoin. Don't talk to me about shitcoin. I did experience a little bit with Ethereum back in the day. But I realized there was a shitcoin, bullshit stuff. Coinbase, don't talk to me about it. No exchange. You have to own. If you don't have your 12 keys, you don't have your Bitcoin. That's the rule. And I was talking with a guy the other day, was asking me what's going on with that. Apparently, it's hard for me to retrieve my Bitcoin. I said, but you have your keychain. He said, what is this? You don't know what is your keychain. So no keychain, no 12 words, no Bitcoin. Is that clear? So if you hold your Bitcoin in an ETF, if you hold your Bitcoin into whatever exchange and you don't have your key, I'm not asking you to have absolutely a cold storage, but that could help, especially for your asset, if you manage asset instead of managing an exchange of peer-to-peer exchange, decentralized finance for the on-bank. So that's the real spirit of the real McCoy Bitcoin movement, the Renaissance 2.0. So I salute everyone. So, but again, I've been keeping to even the 2020 scandemic Halvin. So if you saw what happened with this Halvin in the middle of the pandemic, now with the inflation and the delocalization of many, what could we call it? Like these fiat currency going to sink. Well, of course, I will expect like an halving. What is an halving? You may ask. Well, halving. It's all of the Bitcoin in circulation. We are right now in circulation about 18 million Bitcoins, literally coins. One coins for now 60 something. Let me see it. Let me go see it right now. Just celebrating. This is a quick live stream, quick audio podcast. Also, there's going to be a special episode of the Real Agile podcast on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, and so on. But yes, like to keep it simple for maybe those people around that are new to this movement, to this renaissance and decentralized finance. My point is like to explain a Bitcoin halving. It's happening every 4 years. So the last one was during this pandemic, the lockdown, and there was a bull run. Everybody went there, and then after, of course, you have this bear market for correction. But the thing is, by mission and value statement, there will be a total offer of 21 million Bitcoin. And right now, in circulation, according to bitcoin.org, it's 19 million and almost 690, 19.6 million. Let's simplify it like the end circulation right now. Okay, for a value of trading, for those who are in this branch of trading and investment, we talked about like $52.3 billion of trading. Okay, so this is right now. And last time I checked on the counter, the live Bitcoin, one Bitcoin is about 65,000 US dollars. According to this morning, is plus 4% already. The halving will happen around 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the East Coast. So from Montreal and everyone on the East Coast. And Europe, it's going to be like plus 6 or plus 5 hours. Correct me in the chat right now. So here's the thing, guys. What I keep saying since 2016, at least, is before the other, like between the two halving, the 2016 halving and the 2020 halving, I said, guys, the time is now. This next 4 years to 2020, I didn't know shit about this pandemic lockdown, this inflation that will follow it and everything, and the decreasing of all the other currency under this pressure of inflate supply and demand of the fiat money. But the thing is, I knew that more we're going to reach out to the maximum total offer of Bitcoin, more that this decentralized finance will create those network of exchange. And when I say network of exchange here, I'm talking about payment exchange, not necessarily the exchange that help you transfer your fiat money into a possibility to buy Bitcoin. For me right now, anyways, I've got a wallet, Unstoppable wallet. I salute them. I reach directly and I go to the ATM and I pour money into it, those little paper, and I convert them in Bitcoin. But anyways, right now, in my case, I'm a holder, maximalist. I pay with my Bitcoin when I'm in the community in El Salvador and elsewhere, they accept Bitcoin. And, but I don't necessarily buy anymore, and I never change it to fiat money. Unless there will be a very, very, very specific project that they don't accept Bitcoin as an exchange. In that case, I might transfer it to the currency of their choice to make the transaction. But I never had to do that. I might be in the foresee future to have to do that. But right now, for me, I keep the Bitcoin as this alternative, decentralized finance, exchange, peer-to-peer way of making a transaction. So for layman term, my definition of the halving with my experience, it's really simple. It's every 4 years since the beginning of it, like about 2012. The halving day, it's a day where the community of miner will agree for the amount of new Bitcoins created that will get cut in half. So since the beginning of it, okay, and according to the maximum total offer of Bitcoin that could be in circulation, which is 21 million. So, and for me, I don't do prediction. I don't do financial advice here. But right now, I'm going to close the Agile crypto coaching, even the free one. I could help some of my past clients, those who I introduced to the Bitcoin movement as a political and standing societal mean of this renaissance for decentralized everything, including finance here in this case. But really, right now, since 2016, when I say, guys, even just $50, $100 could be like a great asset for you to have your base and be ready for the new economy under the new sun, post-eclipse, as I mentioned. I'm not talking about a new world order. Don't get me started on that. I don't believe in that bullshit, this psyops from the CIA. What I do believe, though, is progress and evolution and renaissance. Don't talk to me about a revolution. Anything with R, mostly, it's to turn in circle like a dog eating his own tail. I'm not doing this. I'm not encouraging you to do this. I'm encouraging you to evolve with love and to make your experience on this planet the best way possible for you, and to don't care about what other things of you and what about people judge of you, and so on and so on. Okay? So I keep saying, like, even just in 2016, 2019, just put $50 into Bitcoin, even if the Bitcoin was already like in the $30,000. Because I said, like, with the Halvin of 2020, you could be sure that cutting off the production of new Bitcoin in circulation will increase the demand for it. And then, of course, the price based into the market thing will do. But now, what happened since this pandemic, Halvin, is there will be more demand because these BlackRock, these Goldman Sachs, they are jumping into this and create the ETF. ETF is stands for exchange trade finance thing. So they put it in portfolio of people with gold and silver and other thing, pension funds and everything. So right now, the demand, because of these ETF from these big firms in Wall Street and City of London, they're asking for about 2,800 BTC a day, okay, to fulfill those ETF. And right now, before the Halvin of tonight, the BTC produce per day, it's about 900. So it doesn't take a big MBA or financial master of Harvard to understand that. I let you imagine what will happen after tonight, Halvin, when we cut the production of Bitcoin in circulation in half. So if we're allowed to 1,200, the last Halvin put the production maximum per day for the miner at 1,200. We have an average of 900 a day right now. So let's agree to 1,000. So it's going to be from tomorrow morning, the maximum of about 500, let's say 600 Bitcoin a day of production. So the supply and demand will change. And according to the market share and the circulation already and the exchange, then of course we could expect, I don't know, as I said, I'm done providing financial advice or everything. But anyways, for those who didn't act between 2016 and 2019, it's going to be too late. I know some of my fellow in the network, they don't agree with that, but fuck off, okay? Your $50, $100 right now, it's going to represent nothing. So if you didn't put at least $50 between 2016 and 2020, you're too late. You might still want to play, but tough luck to you. It's going to be very expensive starting next week. And even with the bear market that will follow, and probably around 2026, 2027, because 2025, we're going to be, from now on to 2025, is going to be the bull market. Okay, so which means very expensive to buy, like 2021. For those who remember, it was very expensive. The all-time high that we experienced a couple of weeks ago, we're going to experience it again. Okay, but for me, I'm not giving you number, no prediction, but just the logic of the supply and demand. When right now, because of those ETF, because of the so-called democratization of portfolio, including Bitcoin offered by firm to your little credit union bank somewhere in the United States or whatever, that now that create this demand of 2,800 BTC a day as we produce 900 a day, and that's going to be cut in half for the production. So the price of the Bitcoin will, of course, increase. So for the investor branch of the Bitcoiner, it's kind of good news if you want to put it back into the fiat degrading money. And for people who believe in helping the unbanked, helping the poor, getting access to credit and exchange and payment, well, it's even better, because that means that Salvador could replicate itself into other countries in Africa, Southeast Asia, and hopefully in South America. I know there's an election coming up in June in Mexico. I don't know if Christina Labonchin, the little dolphin of AMLO, will pursue this democratization of the decentralized finance branch. I know there's a lot of Bitcoinpreneur in Mexico that do great deal. We have here in Quebec with the Tadros, the Bitcoinpreneur making Bitcoin Inside project. That's amazing. So all of these projects for the maximalists will be also a list to create new things, to create new decentralized things from that revolution of the decentralized finance. So anyways, I wanted to be with you at least this 19th of April for the 4th Halvin, 2012, 2016, 2020, and yes, now 2024. And not to make prediction, but just to celebrate the fact that from next week, we're going to see an increase, a new all-time high, maybe little, maybe less, but I let these speculators, these other people talk to you about it. For me, was just to make the point that tonight we're going to cut half the production from now on for the next 4 years, and half, which should represent, because it was 1,200 in 2020 a day, now it should be somewhere around 500, 600 Bitcoins a day maximum production to keep in pace of this 21 million maximum total offer of coins in circulation. So that being said, so the Bitcoin halving today, it's a reward given to the contributor securing the network with new blocks. That's also important to mention into the definition of what is an halving. And the network is reduced by 50%, directly impacting the rate at which new Bitcoins are introduced into circulation. So this, I think I'm clear on it. So which means that because of those motherfuckers who breed into investment and assessment, management, and all that, creating an extreme demand compared to a few supply, even right now, but even worse things up. So I let you imagine that the holder will be very happy, like me, to see their wallet jumping like crazy. Maybe in the 6 digit by the summer or by next fall. I don't know. But for those who are not in the 6 digit already, but I mean the 6 digit for 1 Bitcoin. So that's that. That's that for today. I have to return to a little lunch before going to my other client this afternoon. So I thank you very much for your support, your likes, and your kind. Let me do some kind of blah, blah, blah. And and by the way, we just announced the next Scrum beer, Summer Scrum, Scrum Eclipse, Agile. Come and have a beer. Very simple at the Terrasse Saint-Ambroise in Saint-Henri, southwest of Montreal City and Quebec here. So for those of you who are watching it from Montreal, I'm going to put link in the pinned comment of this maybe later this weekend, and just get your free subscription on Meetup or your tips to support my team of volunteer of this user group, still from Scrum Alliance, and maybe this June 13 will be the last one if you don't show up any more interest of participating. It's a user group. It's an open space. It should be not just from me and my team and I, but it should be also from you. So if you don't implicate yourself, it's about like 500 members on Meetup, plus the other one from Scrum Alliance. And Scrum Alliance, I will be leaving it because of conflict of interest and value, and working with Scrum Inc. in the future and everything. So yeah, and Scrum Eclipse Agile for me, like Bitcoin, Eclipse, all of the other shitcoin. All right, guys. So thank you so much for listening to this quick shortcast on the Halving 2024. Get ready for it. It might be your last couple of hours to get some Bitcoin with a $50 or $100 to open your wallet. I don't have time to coach you. So go to bitcoin.org and follow the step. Educate yourself before getting there. Avoid the exchange. Try to have a wallet that you could directly transfer your fiat money into Bitcoin. And on that, amazing and beautiful people, remember who you truly are. You are wonderful. You are powerful, and you are free to be whoever you wanted to be, okay? And to do whatever you wanted to do. but in respect of one another. Happy weekend, guys, and see you maybe next week. As you know, I'm moving, I'm busy, so just take me as I am. First rule of open space. Cheers, guys.